Gold Parlay King Sports. What's happening? Let's get paid today in the NBA. We got Memphis, Detroit. That's the first game up. The spread is Detroit -2. Over and under is 215 in the hook. Memphis been playing with a whole bunch of G League players. So I would just take Detroit on the money line. So we're going to lock that in. Detroit on the money line. That's going to be our first play of the day. Detroit on the money line. Then we got, what's that, 215.5 over and under. We're going to go under. Under 215 in the hook. I'm going to give you every play on the whole board. Like I'm going to give you the side and the total. So we got Detroit on the money line. Detroit under 215 in the hook. In the second game up, we got Brooklyn, Indiana. Indiana -12 in the hook. Over and under at 227. I think, what's they owe about it? It was 10. We're going to take Brooklyn with the 12.5. Brooklyn plus 12 in the hook. Over and under is 227. We're going to go over. Over 227 in the Brooklyn, Indiana. That's the second game. The third game, Portland, Orlando. The spread is 16. I mean, if oh no, I'm tripping. This Chauncey Billups number shit. Like, no, hell no. I'm fading Orlando all day. Orlando -16. And they just got blew out by 60 the other night. Well, that's crazy, man. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, how you get blown out by 60 points, man? Like, that's crazy. In the NBA game, man. Like, it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Right? So yeah, we're gonna take Orlando -16. The over and under is 210 in the hook. We're gonna go under. Orlando under 210 in the hook. Then the next game up is Phoenix and New Orleans. New Orleans is favored by a point in the hook. I'm gonna have to take Kevin Durant with the plus, with the 1.5. Phoenix plus 1 in the hook. Over and under 224.5. We're gonna go over that. Over 224.5 over. Then the last game on the board is ATL Chicago. Spread is Chicago -2 in the hook. Okay, Chicago just played last night on the road in Minnesota. They got the win. Now you coming back to the East. You know, it's back in the fire again. We're gonna take ATL. ATL plus the 2 in the hook. Over and under 223. We're gonna go under. Under ATL. No, we're gonna take that over. 223. Yeah. over 223. All right. I just gave you the whole board in the NBA today, side and the total. So I'm going to recap it. Detroit on the money line. Over and under is 215 in the hook. I said take the under. Brooklyn, Indiana. We taking Brooklyn plus the 12 in the hook. Over and under 227, we're going to go over. Orlando, Portland. Orlando minus 16. Orlando under 210.5. Next game is Phoenix, New Orleans. Phoenix plus 1 in the hook. Phoenix over 224.5. And then the last game on the board, ATL, Chicago. Atlanta plus 2 in the hook. And ATL over 223. So I just gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gave you 6 plays in the NBA, side and the total. Yeah, I got the Hawks down there. Hawks plus 2 in the hook. And then I like ATL over 223 with Atlanta and Chicago. And then I also like, I'm about to give you the whole board. I already gave you the whole board. Like I just dropped it, but I'll go over it again. Phoenix plus the 1 in the hook. Phoenix over. Orlando minus 16. Orlando under 210 in the hook. Brooklyn plus 12 in the hook. Make sure you get that hook. That's crucial. Brook plus 12 in the hook in the over 227. And then we got Detroit on the money line under 215 in the hook. So that's, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gave you 12 plays for the NBA today. Thank you. I hope let's cash out today, man. Let's cash out. I gave you 12 plays. These spreads, I'm getting them from DraftKings. That's my sports book. But yeah, that's the NBA plays for the day. I also got Major League Baseball. I got the Final Four ready. 2 for 10 in the Final Four. You know, Major League Baseball, 4 for 25. All day, every day, all the way until baseball season is over with. NBA is same thing, 4 for 25, depending on what the schedule look like. Oh, college. That's college basketball. I also got that too, college basketball and college in the females. I got that as a play with my clients. So I can't tell you how I like in college basketball for the females because I got that with my clients. So I just gave you 12 plays in the NBA for the day. When you want to talk NBA, we can talk NBA all day long. My clients got Major League Baseball and college basketball and females college basketball. So I can't release that for free. Oh, okay. When we could talk NIT, because I already released that. Yeah, I like Utah. I don't like Seton Hall. I like Georgia to win it all. I like Georgia straight up. So I don't like Seton Hall. See, Seton Hall don't play good when you pull them away from, once they go on the road, they're a different team. You know what I'm saying? They ain't playing at home. They in Indianapolis. Either Indianapolis or Madison Square Garden. Like they in one of them spots for the NIT. I know they ain't at home. Same thing with the other game too. I like Utah straight up. I like Georgia because they've been on the road beating teams. They just came and they just beat Ohio State in Ohio State. And then the game before that, they had just beat another team. I forgot who they played on the road, and they had won that game. And I was like, okay, like that's when I had put them on my radar. Then when they went to Ohio State and beat Ohio State, I'm like, oh yeah, they're official. They're official. So I got them to win it all. Seton Hall beat UNLV because they was at home. That was a true home game for Seton Hall. That was their last home game of the season. So I expected them to play good. So, last home game of the season. Now you on the road, big environment. It's going to be hella pressure because there's only 2 games left. But I got Georgia. I was happy they was the underdog. Like, I rushed to the window when I saw that +4. Like, what? +4? Let me get +4 and the money line. Like, that's how I did that. Like, let me get the +4 and the money line. Yeah. Because I thought it was going to be like a pick'em. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was going to be like, -1. You know what I'm saying? Basically a pick'em. When I seen 4, I was like, hell yeah. Like, thank you and shit. Thank you. Thank you. So last night, the Bobcats, they covered last night against the Clippers. I don't think if Boston come to play tonight, they ain't covering tonight. Like, if they come to play, if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, if they don't look down to their competition, like, oh, this Charlotte, like, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just ain't nobody out there and shit. If they, take the Bobcats seriously, like they playing the Denver Nuggets tonight, it should be easy work. Like, Boston should beat these. They should win by 20 plus easy. Like, you talking about championship? It's championship time now. We ain't got no time to be slipping up to none of these scrub teams that's in lottery. So, I expect blowout from Boston. Some crazy shit, like 135 to 94. Like, I expect some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't expect nothing rumbling going all the way down to the 4th quarter. You don't know who gonna win and all that. Nah, man, it's supposed to be easy work. Yeah, Boston all day long. Like, man, Boston. Like, shit. Oh, that was the other game too. Boston and Charlotte. Boston -17. That's the spread. Boston all day. Boston -17. Lay that shit. Lay that fast. Like. And then I probably would go under because it's at. Nah, I would go over 219. Yeah, that's too low. That's too low and shit. They had low unders on the spread yesterday. 215 and 216. Like, that shit flew over. So if you wasn't here when I first started off, I'm gonna go back over the schedule again. Memphis, Detroit. That's the first game up. Detroit -2. That's the spread. I wouldn't fuck with the spread. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't fuck with that. Just take Detroit on the money line. Detroit on the money line. And then the over and under is 215. I would go under. Go under. Brooklyn, Indiana. Brooklyn +12 on the hook. Indiana, the over and under is 227. Go over. Over 227. Brooklyn plus the points. And Portland, Orlando, Chauncey Billups, here we go and shit. I don't even think if you get blown out by 60 points in the NBA game, that tells me that you ain't even playing for the coach. Like, you ain't even playing, like, for real. Like, you done gave up for real. The whole team gave up, man, because there's no way you can get beat by 60, man. Like, the whole team gave up. Like, everybody gave up. With no fight, none of that shit, man. Like, if Chauncey Billups, if they bring him back next year, man, good luck with that bullshit. Good luck with that shit. But Orlando, latest 16. Again, this is the same situation with like Boston, Charlotte. This is playoff time. We only got like what 10 games left in the regular season. Orlando can't afford to slip up right now. So latest 16 go under 210 in the hook. Then the next game is Boston. Boston and Charlotte, we already talked about that. About later points for Boston. Then Phoenix, New Orleans, take Kevin Durant with that point in the hook and go over 224 in the hook. Then ATL, Chicago, ATL. Well, I got it last night at 3 in the hook. It's at 2 in the hook right now. So, like I'll be on the spreads. Like as soon as they drop the spreads, I'll be right at the door. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I lock my shit in on some ASAP shit. Because when the spreads drop, like especially if you see something you like, I always see something I like on the board. So I want to lock that in immediately. So when I wake up the next morning, the spreads be all the way crazy. I'll be like, okay, yeah, I got that in last night. Like, So my NBA plays, I locked mine in last night. Like these plays right here, this morning, you know what I'm saying? This morning spreads, they was totally different last night. Because last night the spread in Brooklyn, Indiana was -10. Portland, Orlando was 15. Boston to Charlotte, yeah, that was at 17 when I seen it. And then Phoenix and New Orleans was getting a point in the hook. And then I got the ATL plus the 3 in the hook over Chicago. Right. I'm like, yeah, like you know what I'm saying. ATL fighting for play-in status. They need all this. Like they need all these games. They can't afford to slip up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Chicago. But Chicago just played last night. So I'm banking on this back to back. They're gonna wear down. ATL might win the game outright. So, it's always good to have them 3 points. Just in case you lose by 3, you got the hook. So. What's up, David? Talking about this NBA schedule today, man. And get some money today with the GO. I dropped 12 plays in the NBA today. You can split this up. I know most people, they get, they terrified of dropping a 10-team parlay or a 12-team parlay. I drop that shit every day, man. It's just you got to be smart when you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you wagering, if you going for like 9, 10, 11, and 12-team parlays, you always want to go with the least amount wager as possible when you going that deep with parlays. So that's my advice on when the least amount possible. I'm talking about, $1, 40 cents, or 50 cents, 75. Nah, this is just another day. That's all it is. Don't get caught up with the holidays, man. Just another day. Just another day. So my last 2 parlays that I dropped on here in college basketball, they cashed. I hope y'all was a part of that. rocky start in baseball, but my record right now is sitting at 12-2. 12-2 in Major League Baseball with my clients. Baseball started at what, 2 o'clock today. It's gonna be a whole bunch of baseball, man. College basketball about to wind down. It's about to wind down. That's gonna be gone, and then NBA take us all the way to June. Then once June gone, shit, it ain't nothing but baseball. Right? Baseball, 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 baseball. Off of, I think what, from June all the way to September, nothing but baseball and shit. I don't recommend betting on that UFL, whatever league that is. I don't even know what league that is, but I wouldn't bet on that shit. Save your money for the NFL, for the big boys. Save your money for the big boys, man. I ain't getting no message from you. Like, I check my messages every day. I ain't getting no message. You got to send me another message. You follow me? You follow me on X? And you can send me a message. But yeah, it ain't gonna be nothing but baseball, man. So I'm deep off into it right now. Okay, send me another message, and I'm gonna check my messages when I get off here. I'll check my messages when I get off here. But yeah, there you go. You got 12 plays for the day in the NBA. Split it up. Do 3-team parlays, 14 parlays. You know what I'm saying? Just split everything up, man. For the heavy bettors out there that love doing big parlays. Like I said, just go small with the wager, the smallest amount possible. When you going 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I've seen people try to do 15 to 16 team parlays. So, least amount possible. But I'm up out of here, man. Let's get this paper today.